definitely have you join
I
us
had
this morning.
sessions back to back, and my network has been acting up.
Good morning, Buki. How are you today?
Morning, 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 morning. Ever smiling. I like that.
You're always smiling.
All glory to God. All glory to God. I was in a class. I'm going through what do you call it? A certificate program on public leadership and statecraft. And
Okay.
the lecturer mentioned about mindset values that we picked from our parents, and then he asked that who among us, even if everything don't scatter, everybody is angry, that somebody will still be smiling. I knew he was talking about me, so I raised my hand, and then of course, somebody at the back said that, in fact, when the lecturer was when the lecturer was asking that question, she wanted to put her hand that in this class, the only person I know is this woman called President. So when you said they were smiling, I just remembered, and I give it to God. It's not by my
Yeah.
power, it's not by what I know how to do. Yes, I learned it from my mom. My mom learned it from our parents as well, because I saw the trend, but I give it to God. I give it to God. Not that I don't get angry, but I give it to God.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's something that I think everybody should learn to do, because wahala plenty for this world and they finish. So why should you always be looking gloomy and sad? After all, you're not the one with the biggest problems in the world. So let's just
If I tell you what I'm dealing with on this my table, many the deadline, they're calling me. I need this. I need this. I need chill. Everybody will be fine.
We'll be fine. No, last. Everybody go there, all right. All right.
How was your Ibadan trip? I hope you ate the amala, the begiri, the bokoto.
Today, you see, as I'm dressed like this,
Okay, now.
I'm dressed for amala today. After this call, I'm leaving the hotel. I'm going to enjoy Ibadan before I go. And like you said, Rose was talking about the flood. I was supposed to stop over in Lagos to see my family. Unfortunately, I use a wheelchair. Our compound is flooded. So I had to, pay and bring back my flight. So I'm going back to Abuja tomorrow instead of going to see my family, because the compound is flooded. My mom said they wear rain boots to leave the compound. Yes, it's that bad. It is that bad. They wear rain boots. So there's no way I'm going to cope if I go. So I have to just reschedule and just go back. I guess God wants me to attend Force of Women Conference.
Yes,
so
that's
I'm good.
the point. That is it. I wanted you to land there. Maybe you never can tell. God is saying, Susan, just be going to Abuja like this. All right. So this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 16 minutes after 9 on this side of the radio. Do you want to be a part of the conversation by dialing 07000 917 917? You can also dial 09155 917 917. For WhatsApp messages, please do well to send your WhatsApp messages to 08155 917 917. Or you can also use the number 0703175657. Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning on the program. My name is Rose. I've got Buki and Susan with me this morning. Ibinabo had to quickly attend the training this morning. That's why she's not here with us. But, we always have her in spirit. Okay, so let's head on straight to the flooding issue. On Tuesday, now on Monday, my dad was supposed to go to Victoria Island in Lagos, and they called him in VI. I said, Ogalawa, stay where you do, no bother, because rain day everywhere. So he was like, okay, no, my Tuesday I should go. Tuesday, uncle. So this my old man carry himself enter road. He reached his destination. He was looking at where he was going to, but he could not even cross to the other side because water had already reached his laps. Some of the documents he was holding inside a bag that was even under his arm. Some of them were actually, they got wet. And he said his system actually put it inside a leather and put it inside the bag so that even if water touches itself, at least it wouldn't damage the system. So he was looking at the destination, like see the office he was entering. but he just had to turn back because of the flood. So, and this is a year in, year out thing. Like, day, what is going on? Every day, every year, Nimet will come out to give warning, so flash floods warning and all of that. And then when we want to talk about people living around Lekki, we want to talk about people living in Victoria Island, those axes, and other parts of Lagos. What are we now going to say? Abi, is it Ogun State that the road safe gone? It just there as a day. So it's worrisome. It's worrisome because it's like, okay, highest by November, December, everything don't pass, and we're back to the dry season and everything looks okay. But even at the dry season, we get to deal with dust a lot. So what's the way forward? What are we wait till we want to talk again where we never even want, where we never talked before as regards this flood? Because people are losing a lot of properties and lives are being lost. See people's cars. Yesterday, I saw a celebrity that said that it's like at the end of the day, it's Ghana that is the surest place for her to go to. So, I mean, can we not just find a lasting solution, Buki? It's entire me.
Yeah, there was a document I was reading. I'm trying to figure out where I got that document, but I'm sure if we search online, we will see it. It was when we had that terrible flood 2 years ago, and I was trying to get one or two things. Then they mentioned that Lagos State, probably because it's close to the coastal area, that it's prone to flood and all that. I'm trying to get the whole thing. But I know these are germane issues that the government, will have to look into, sit down with the experts, and the stakeholders and look at it. If that's true, then what are we doing concerning it? Because small flood in Lagos, Pion, small rain rather, Pion, flood everywhere. I understand the angle of the drainage and all that, but like we said, the roots and the leaves, are we actually attacking the roots?
Yeah.
So we have come up with that concept now. Root and leaves.
Honestly, we will bring Susan up to date, but let's go on.
We will update you. We'll upgrade you. But I mean, if that is it, then what are we actually doing? Is there a way that things can happen, in terms of infrastructure wise, setting up of things? I don't know, but it calls for concern. It calls for concern. Honestly, yeah.
You think it just worrisome. So this is even coming from, Lagos, Ogun State, where we stay, where we frequent a lot. And then we've also heard from other states, example, Niger and the rest. So Susan, how about Abuja side? How far with the floods there? I'm not sure it's as much as what we have in Lagos, but is it better, or is probably still the same thing? Year in, year out, we get to talk about the same thing.
So for me, there are parts of Abuja that also experience massive flooding. In fact, when I came into Oyo, I don't know if it was Monday or thereabouts, I saw videos of certain parts of Abuja where the flooding is massive. Like you would think it's Lekki. You will think it's Lekki. So the thing is, just like what Buki just said, is there no lasting solution? Why we construct roads and do we know that a lot of work is going on. Are we also putting into consideration drainage pathways? Because each time I keep asking, why do we have this flow? If we have proper drainage pathways, we have I don't know if it's Ministry of Environment or whatever that sees to the environment, with the warnings and everything that is going around. How do they monitor to ensure that those places are not blocked? Because if you just tell us and your team, nobody is going out to supervise, to be sure that those pathways are not, blocked. There must be people on ground. We see people who sweep and all of those. Can they also be sensitized to ensure that those gutters and everything are not littered with things that will cause us harm? Because at the end of the day, whether you have car, whether you are using leg to trek, anything you are using, it affects all of us. I just shared mine now. Ordinarily, my flight is from Lagos to Abuja because flights, Ibadan airport is not functioning at the moment because of work that's ongoing. And my entire family lives in Lagos. And it would have been a beautiful opportunity after this work, to
course.
stay by, see my siblings, see my parents. I saw them last in March,
Hmm.
you know, and look at me, very close to home, but yet I cannot get to my house. So these are the issues, and it could be every other thing. When people are going to work, have you factored in the number of hours they spend
Hmm.
on the road? You
Hmm.
just shared your thoughts about daddy now. Imagine he was going to work after spending those number of hours in Lagos traffic and what have you. How will you function when you sit down? You're already mentally drained and otherwise. And so we have this happening in different states, not even Abuja alone, even in the Northeast, so many other states. In Borno, some parts, when the flooding starts, they have to leave home to go to the
Mm-hmm.
IDP camp. So I keep wondering, is this how we'll keep recycling year in, year out?
Out. It's
People lose their homes, people lose their properties, they end up in IDP camps. No, at least we should sit down with critical stakeholders. I don't know whether it's meteorologists or whatever. Sit down, have this honest conversation so that we even have a lasting conversation on how to make appropriate interventions so that at least Nigerians can breathe. We deserve to breathe.
we deserve to breathe, though, Susan. That one day important. It's really important. Honestly, especially for this flooding issue, we deserve to really breathe. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7, 25 minutes after 9 on this amazing Thursday morning. It's quite bright right here, in this part of Ogun State, around the Mowe. I don't know where, let me not speak for other places because I mean, it could be raining in other places, but it's quite bright here. And we just hope that you're safe wherever you are because the issue of flooding is no longer funny. A lot of people have lost properties. Some have even, probably lost a lot on this. So please, let's be careful when we go out there. This is the time of, if you can work from home, just work from your home. That's if your home is not even flooded where you are. So, I mean, just be safe. All right. Generally, just be safe. All right. So, yes, of course, you can be a part of the program by dialing 07000 You can also go ahead and dial the number 09155 And of course, for text messages, do well to send your text messages to 070 317 56537 or 08155 This is the program Her Lens. I have Buki with me and I have Susan with me, who in a way God has told her that Susan go back and attend vow conference next week, Thursday. So every disappointment is a blessing in disguise. You never can tell. So, but I know that, family would definitely understand and God will definitely give you time to be with your family when everything is fine. Okay, so let's head on to this next story that we have. This one is quite worrisome, and this one happened in Lagos, in a school in Lagos. So this video circulated sometime, I think, early last week or so, where we saw a group of students in a hostel, I suppose, smoking and just passing around the cigarettes. Okay, very worrisome, secondary school students, and it went viral and a lot of people were talking about it. Could this be what is going on in some of the boarding schools we have? How did they even get the drink? How did they even get to smoke? And what they're smoking is not just, ordinary cigarettes. There's more to this. So this college, Excel College in Ejibo, actually came out to issue a statement responding to the viral video showing, according to them, it says showing former students drinking wine and smoking inside his hostel. And the Lagos state government got involved and they launched an investigation into the matter. But the school has come out to say that they confirmed the incident, that it happened in the school. And they went on to say that the institution explained that the first video was recorded on May when a parent visited with non-alcoholic wine and snacks to celebrate her son's final birthday in secondary school. A parent who arrived about 7 p.m. pleaded to be granted access to her son as it was his last birthday. So I think all in all, for this one, they're blaming the parents who came to deliver wine to her child, or to celebrate her birthday. And then the video was later circulated in a class WhatsApp group. Now, the second clip, the school said, took place in April 2025 during holiday extension classes for graduating SS3 students, when some were caught experimenting with smoking in a game called Pass and Puff. While phones were banned in school, SS3 students in the hostel were permitted to intermittently have access to their phones to check updates about their UTMEs. But I mean, this is a cause for concern. Because at the end of the day, I'm sure that we've seen the video, Buki and Susan, we've seen the video, and we have already, made out a lot of things from the video because it's disturbing, it's worrisome. This is a secondary school. This is a boarding school. So is it that they go on unchecked, even if they're SS3 students? Because sometimes you get to SS3, you're done with your exams, and you just feel like, well, now I can do all, I can explore all. And I think that's what came, I think sometime back when some state governors were banning graduation celebrations and all of that. But I mean, this is secondary school students. Where do we go from here? So if they're doing this much in secondary school, then what happens after secondary school? That's the question that comes to a lot of people's mind. And then these are to be the leaders of tomorrow. How do we then curb all of this? Are these the leaders that we are to entrust ourselves to when we get older? So a lot of questions actually come to me, but we'll get to answer all of this question because this is 9:30 right here on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Just stay with us.
Women Radio 91.7, the Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
Something big is coming with Better Play. Get ready to turn 500 naira into a 200,000 naira daily jackpot. Yes, you heard me right. 200,000 naira every single day. The more tickets you grab, the higher your chances of winning. Stay tuned because this is the game changer you've been waiting for. Coming to you on Women Radio 91.7 FM. Are you ready to play and win big?
Kí ló ń sún ọpọ́n ìrẹsì jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù lọ sípele ìgbádùn tó ga? Ṣé tí wọ́n bá sè é pẹ̀lú kóró náà fún adùn tó kà màmá yẹn ni? Tàbí tẹ́ ẹ bá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó sàláàdì Nàìjíríà, èso kábéèjì, kárọ̀tì, lẹ́tùsì, àtẹ̀wà oníkíndìnrín díẹ̀.
Ó ní láti jẹ́ méjèèjì. Ṣe jollof rice rẹ pẹ̀lú adùn kóró náà kí o wá jẹ́ pẹ̀lú ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀fọ́. Ó yá, jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀ oúnjẹ rẹ gbé pẹ́ẹ́lí. Lónìí, jẹun tó dáa.
Ndị be anyị, ihe ukwu eruola o. Ego na-ezo dịka mmiri ozuzo.
Better Play, better chance. 200,000 naira nwere ike ịbanye n'aka gị taa.
Geekwa ntị, ugboro 3 n'ụbọchị. Aha ndị mmeri ga-apụta live na redio.
Naanị 500 naira ka ị nwere ike iji merie ruo 200,000 naira kwa ụbọchị. Sonye na Better Play ugbu a ma geekwa ntị na redio ma kụọ elekere 10 nke ụtụtụ, elekere 2 nke ehihie na elekere 6 nke abalị kwa ụbọchị. Aha gị nwere ike bụrụ nke akpọrọ Better Play. Egbukwala oge, mee ngwa ngwa zụta tiketi gị ugbu a.
Zụta tiketi gị na www.betterplay.ng maọbụ pịa *347*154#. Ịchọọ ime ka ohere gị bawanye, ị nwere ike ịzụta tiketi ruru 20.
Mee ngwa ngwa soro anyị na Facebook @BetterPlay na Instagram @BetterPlayNG maka ozi ọhụrụ. Oge iji emeri ego a eruola. Ị nwere ike ịbụ onye mmeri tata. Better Play bụ naanị maka ndị toruru afọ 18 ma ọ bụ karịa. Sonye egwuregwu a n'ụzọ ziri ezi.
See, everybody with his own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
This October, the voices of women will unite in a powerful call to action as Nigeria rises. Join us on Thursday, October 2nd, 2025 at the NAF Conference Center in Abuja, Nigeria for the Night Voice of Women Conference and Awards, VOW 2025. Speakers include Vice President Kashim Shatima, GCON, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Ponzile Nlambo Nkuka, former Deputy President of South Africa, Imam Suleiman Ibrahim, Minister for Women Affairs, Barrister Inkiru Onyedioja, Minister for State Labour, Adijat Adeleye, Kafilat Ogbara, Erelu Bisi Fayemi, Ansatu Adegbite, Sherifat Taliat, Ebere Mfendu, Gileva, British Deputy High Commissioner. VOW 2025 is a strictly by invitation event that celebrates the power of collective action where women rise together. This initiative, spearheaded by the Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation, is in collaboration with Women Radio 91.7 FM and supported by the MacArthur Foundation, Amandla Institute, First Bank, LIRS, NIMASA, and Asha Microfinance.
In a fast-paced world, it's easy to drift, lose focus, and forget yourself, your identity, and the power that lies within you. But what if you pause, breathe, reflect, reset, and redirect? Let me invite you to the second edition of the EMAP series powered by Artisan Broadcast and Production Limited and supported by Smiles Radio 98.7 FM. The EMAP Series 002 has been put together to help you redirect your energy, connect with your inner self, and step into power. Join us for this life-changing and impactful seminar with the team Pause to Power, Disrupting the Drift, on the 18th of October 2025. Time 6 p.m., where Dr. Olufumilayo Akinola, a consultant addiction psychiatrist of the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, Lagos, Dr. Rotimiolu Akinlesi, Permanent Secretary and Team Lead Encouragement Initiative, and Ambrose Oluta Ashomide will be walking you through how to get the spark back for a more purpose-driven life. You don't want to miss this session. Note that this is a virtual seminar. For registration details, call Tumishe on 0802-811-9509 or Isioma on 0808-657-0100. EMAP 002, a journey to self-discovery.
Hello alájà. Mummy àná yẹn padà wá sí ṣọ́ọ̀pù mà. Wọ́n ní kí n fún wọn ní ẹ̀dínwó nínú owó léèsì, aṣọ òkè àti brocade tí wọ́n rà. Ẹ ṣé kí n fún wọn ní ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ kí ẹ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀.
Ṣukura, ṣo ní credit ni?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mà, MTN Better Gist ni mò ń lò mà. A ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ kì í ṣe nǹkan bàbàrà mọ́. Pẹ̀lú ìṣẹ́jú 6 tó fi sọ̀rọ̀, MTN máa bù yín ní ìṣẹ́jú 3 sí i pé *123*2*1# tàbí kí o tẹ àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ PG sí 312. Ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn o. Àwọn òfin àti ìlànà wà.
The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never heard that snake and whether python are swallowing money.
Why?
Everything has increased.
Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays from 12:05 p.m. only on Women Radio.
We are Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families.
Yes, so this is the Voice of Women. This is Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families, and we're super excited to be back with you. This is the program Her Lens right here on Women Radio. Thank you so much for staying with us. This is about 23 minutes to 10 on the side of the radio. My name is Rose. I have Susan and I have Buki with me this morning about the issues, some of the issues that go on in secondary schools. So this particular one is happened here. No, let me say in Lagos because I'm in Ogun State. Happened in Lagos, but you can imagine what's going on in other secondary schools, okay, where you have students who just want to explore, and sometimes the kind of things that we see around our environment. When I say environment, I mean on social media, on TVs, on a lot of things. It just sometimes makes up a young person's idea, or it gives them some sort of notion, and it's almost like if you don't do it, you don't belong. So I mean, by the end of the day, these are things that are detrimental to them. And these are people that were having hope that, okay, leaders of tomorrow. So where is this coming from? Is this from the home? like Buki will say, is it the roots? Because we cannot leave the roots and go to the leaves. So is it from the root itself? Is it from schools maybe not paying some, much attention, or is just where we find ourselves with having, the media not even helping matters at all? Let's start on this. What's your thoughts on this, and how can we even be better?
Okay, so we've seen the video. We have all seen the video. So for me, I want to borrow Buki's words. Beyond that video, what does this mean to us as a society? And in addressing this, I'm looking at it from the awareness angle. One of the things that I have also noticed is that this video has exposed what many people deny. The fact that substance use among our children, our teenagers, is real. It is real. If that video did not spill out, even the school will not come out to shalaye all this shalaye that they are shalaying. I am telling you this from the point of view of a teacher. These ones are even SS3. Even the people who have not gotten to SS3 are doing so much that sometimes at that, years back, I would shoot her, because I remember when I was in those classes, I dare not. Many of Yoruba would say, "Want a liar." Now they have the strong mind. I don't know where that is coming from, So one, we have established that substance use is real. And again, it is a wake-up call for parents and schools to step up their supervision role. You see, there's something that goes on in schools. When parents send their children to school, it's like, well, Shamalo. Everything, they leave it to the teacher. You call for open day and everything. Parents are not showing up. If they will manage to show up, it might be the mother that will spare time to quickly come. The father will not be there. Everyone must take responsibility, because there are a number of hours students stay in school, and there are a number of hours and particular days they spend with you at home. So you must also take responsibility for your child. You have a supervisory role to play. And this also, for me, another angle would be, it gives us, an opportunity to push for stronger youth-focused drug prevention policies, because many youths are into drugs, whether we like it or not. How do we begin to look at policies, that are youth-focused? Because yes, we have policies that are everywhere, but are they youth-focused? Sometimes our policies do not address certain aspects, and that's where gender comes in. If it doesn't address certain aspects, it leaves it untapped. People in that particular demography keep doing whatever it is that they want. And I'll tell you that if this is handled well, it could be, a teachable moment, not just for youth, but even for young children to do better. That is the truth. Now, for the dangers, because anything that has advantages also has disadvantages. The dangers is that some young children who watched that video get influenced and see smoking as cool. They see smoking as, I have arrived. I belong. The kids in that video, because the internet never forgets, the kids in that video may also face stigma and shame instead of help, because they are also children. So you see, there are many angles to this thing, and it is not something, maybe it's not a time to flog, because if you flog and reprimand in certain ways, they will do it, but they will do it where you would not see them. So this continues. That is why I think we need, to address this. It's an emerging area that nobody is talking about. It happens across school. This school is just a scapegoat. The things that happen, you do not want to hear, you do not want to see. It also shows a deeper failure in our family, school, and community value systems. Because, those children are from one community. They are coming from one value, from one family. And what happens in the school system? I was a boarder in Imo State and my parents were in Lagos. So many things were not allowed for boarders to have. How did they even get, to do the puff and whatever that the school is trying to? I don't know where they are coming from, but for me, it's all shades of wrong. I don't even want to justify it. It's a failure on their part. I must tell you. Don't they have house masters? Don't they have house mistresses? What are they saying? Some of us are boarders, some of us are teachers. So we also understand the dynamics. Even when we say children are celebrating birthdays, again, smoking at that age, it carries serious health risks, that can destroy their future. For how long are you going to smoke? Already, people who are even adults, they tell you that smokers are liable to die young. You that is a young chap, you are starting to smoke at a tender age. What is your problem? And having to share their, we have always said this on her lens. In this era of social media, everybody, wants to feel among. Everybody is sharing every video, even what you are not supposed to share. For me, that is a big problem. Now, it's showing their faith, it violates their rights. And it could even cause a lifelong damage because that video would always be online. And in wrapping up, so that Buki will be able to also speak, because I can continue, go on and on. In wrapping up, for me, as someone who works in the civil society space and all of that, there's always a call to action, rather than just, condemning these young people. Let's see it as a call for action. A lot of actions need to be taken. Now, who are the people to take these actions? Parents, schools, our faith leaders, and even the government. All hands is a multi-sectoral approach, must work together to provide mentorship for the youth. Who is mentoring them? There must be safe spaces. One of the things I talked about while facilitating, with women with disabilities, they were saying that they are seen as people who are asexual, and there is no safe space to even go and share their thoughts. So for these youths, are there safe spaces where they will share their thoughts, even if it is someone who is pushing them into these things, where they can share and get help, and any other alternatives we can get for our young people? For all I know, prevention is always better than cure. It is important that everyone takes responsibility. Don't leave it for the schools alone. Don't leave it for the parents alone. Our faith-based organizations, what is the mentorship opportunity? What are the safe spaces you are giving youth to share their concerns? Some of these things, young people are bullied, whether by seniors or what have you, into doing some of these things. I am talking from the angle of a boarder who became a teacher and now who mentors young people. There are different aspects. We also need to put all of this together. Like I said, prevention is better than cure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Susan. Let me even apologize because network has just been taking me off and bringing me back. But thank you very much, Susan, for your submission on this, because it's definitely important that, we tend to clear up the system. All right, let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Susan. Good morning. Hello.
Hi, good morning. Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning, Rose. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. You've all said a whole lot of things this morning. Thank you. But let me just chip this in. Let's bring it home a little. Because from what the last person said now, I heard her say she was also in the boarding house. I grew up from GS1 to SS3, somewhere in Ogun State, in the boarding house as well. And woe betide us if we do such a thing. Like, we can't even think about it, the setting, everything. But these days you have, not every mother or not every woman is a mother, not every man is a father. Society has changed. Everything has changed. But this issue of don't beat your children, then it was more or less a carrot and stick approach that was used on us then. Although I don't really subscribe to those medieval or archaic kind of parenting, but then I believe we can do better because honestly, even though we're a bit deformed, some of us turned out better. What I want to say is this: God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, if your child were to be among the children that were highlighted, what would be, I'm asking your guests now, and you as well, Rose, what would be the first thing you would tell that child? Of course, by the grace of God, none of our children would do this. But for a mother listening, and that mother discovered that probably the child is a saint at home, and then in school, peer pressure, everything, because these days we have helicopter parents. You know what I mean by saying we have helicopter parents. Then we have parents that were more or less like hawks over their children. But this day we have helicopter parenting. What would be the first thing you would tell that child as that child comes home, that you saw the child displaying such juvenile delinquent acts in social media, live, everybody, because you see, social media never forget. Never forget. This would kind of haunt them probably in years to come. You understand? What will be the first thing? Because we're talking about preventive, damage control, everything. That's why I said, God forbid. What would you tell that child? As a parent, you're looking at yourself that, okay, have I failed? At society, they are telling you, I want more, because the good child belongs to the father, the bad child belongs to the mother. That is how society is wired. And it's so crazy. You want to say, I have done my bit, but this is not me. Am I doing the same thing this child is doing? But we can understand peer pressure and the likes. What would be the first thing? Because as a mother, I'm asking myself, do these things really happen? Honestly, we have secret cults now, even in primary school. So the decay, it stems wide. It's no longer a thing. We are more or less sitting on a keg of gunpowder about to explode. Please, help me put my thoughts together. Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. So Buki, I'll just come to you now. We've heard what our caller has said this morning. So for you, Buki, I'll be hearing what we've just heard from our caller. So how would you wrap up all of this conversation? In just a few minutes.
Okay, yeah. But it's fine. Possibly we start it tomorrow again until we deal with this thing. Let me start with the question. She threw at us because we will not hide it. If it happened, to me.
Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, I can hear you, Susan. So I'm guessing it's Buki. Well, okay, hopefully we get to have her back so that we're able to hear her back.
Me?
Yes, I can hear you, Susan.
Okay, so let me quickly step in before.
Okay, she's back. Okay.
All right, so can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear now.
All right, okay, so I guess it's just the next. Anyway, we'll discuss it tomorrow. Maybe, well, I just wanted to say, to answer that question, two things. Number one, I will first find out where me, as a parent, I failed. Like I said, if that asked me 10 years ago, it's a different thing. I will beat that man. I will beat that boy, blue, black. But now with what I know, I will first of all calm down to know what happened. It is from there we will now analyze. Obviously, we are going to see a whole lot of things. My own contribution to that, did I plant the right seed there? Then peer pressure. How did I build capacity in him to be able to stand with his values that had given him at home as the North Star? Even when the peer pressure comes, did I put that in him to be able to withstand? Because the peer pressures will come, particularly at that age.
Okay.
Okay. The next thing is the structure of the school. Because the school also is like you're watering. If the school has given them, that fertile ground to do this, then it will appear. I think we'll probably discuss.
Okay. All right. So I totally agree. We'll definitely get to discuss this more tomorrow because it's a lot and because we are concerned about our youth, are concerned about our today's youth, our tomorrow's leaders. So yes, we'll definitely get to talk about this more. So Mrs. Oboli, I hope that you follow up the conversation tomorrow. Maybe we get to answer, the questions and give more perspective to the discussion tomorrow. Thank you so much, ladies.
Let me shock you. This is the male version. I have seen the female version. Put their tops. I'm not talking of Excel college.
Yeah.
But it's around that government as well. They opened their tops and they were doing all kinds of things.
No. We'll talk more about this tomorrow. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of the program today. Let's continue this conversation tomorrow. Susan, I hope you are not flying tomorrow so that we'll have this conversation with you tomorrow. But it's all good. We'll definitely keep this up. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of this today. Tomorrow is another day. God willing, we'll be here. Thank you so much for all of you who tuned in to listen. Sorry, the network was just doing us anyhow today, but hopefully tomorrow will be better. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Thank you to Buki and Susan and Mrs. Oboli for calling. Do want to have a great day ahead and stay tuned to Women Radio WFM 91.7. Good morning.
To sponsor this program, call the number 0816 480 7613.